Okay, what's going on, guys? The face-off is back. Roscoe, introduce the fighters.
Well, Basmo, it is strap season for the Clan Wars lightweight title. We've got Solomon, King, Simon, and Darragh Kelly. Lads, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Lads, thanks a million for jumping on, lads. For everyone who's tuning in now, Clan Wars is back. Clan Wars number 39 and 40 is going down June 5th. We're going to put a link in the bio to buy the pay-per-view, because without buying the pay-per-view, you can't invest in Irish MMA, and we want Irish MMA to grow as much as anyone else. So, Roscoe, kick it off.
So, Solomon, I'm going to start off with yourself. Obviously, Darragh is known as one of the best prospects in Irish MMA. He trains with the likes of James Gallagher and Kiefer Crosby and the likes in SPG Ireland. How do you feel going up against such a highly touted opponent with an undefeated record?
Quite good. That's sort of the records and stuff, like especially at amateurs, like it doesn't really stress me that much. It's mainly I rate him a good bit. I've watched all his fight. I see what he brings to the table. So it would be nice to just get tested. Like, again, I've been doing this, like I started with kickboxing, boxing, and then went back in. So I've been doing this for a while as well. And I'm just interested to see the test. Do you know what I mean? I want to see what he has to offer. Like, I know from what I see, but I just want to see if he can do all of what he's done to people. Can he try to do that against me, or would I just have my way?
And obviously, Darragh, you're undefeated. And is Solomon your hardest opponent you fought to date?
No, I don't think so. I've had a few tough fights, but proved that much in the last 6 months, even since joining NBA, that it's going to be fairly straightforward, to be honest. He's asking what I be able to do. Will I be able to impose my will and how to do everything fast against my other opponents to him, and I don't see how he's able to stop me.
Who did you say your toughest fight has been then?
Sorry?
Who did you say your toughest fight has been then?
I would say Constantine Boone.
Constantine.
And I think he's a tougher fight, with all respect.
Yeah. Shout out there, Solomon, taking our jobs and asking the questions himself.
I was about to leave.
Fair play to you, Solomon. Solomon, obviously, Darragh doesn't think you're his toughest opponent yet. What do you think will make you his toughest opponent yet?
Being honest, I just expect him to come forward, try to take me down, or he's gonna try his own, try strike. And the thing is, from all the fights I've seen, when he walks forward, people are just respecting him too much with a lot of that shit. His hands are down, his chin is up in the air. He can't do the same shit with me. Do you know what I mean? And he knows that even if he's gonna chat, he might say whatever he want to say, but he knows he can walk forward and try to be a bully like he was with everyone else. And if he tries to take me down, he's gonna fail so often, he's gonna get discouraged. So it's as long to do with if he thinks I'm I know, I rate him. I know what he's gonna bring, but if he's coming in thinking I'm not his toughest fight, he's really gonna end up in a bad place mentally when he's in there.
Oh wow, that's those some big words, Solomon.
Very confident.
Very, very, very confident. Darragh, obviously you're 8-0 at this stage now in your amateur career. Do you think this could be your last amateur fight, or do you see yourself having more?
Well, I have a few offers on the table for professional, but I think I'm going to do the AMAFs this year. And then early next year, we'll have a go with the pro ranks.
Very nice. We've had Philip Mulpeter, Andy Ryan, Liam Oak, all on the podcast, and they're all talking up big hypes on the IMAF. So I'm sure it'd be great to have you on the Irish team. Solomon, you're obviously 5-2. You know what I mean? Not a bad record yourself in the amateur ranks. How many more amateur fights do you see yourself having before you turn pro?
Hopefully this will be the last one, because again, like I said, I've done I think overall I'm nearing close to over 20 something fights now with the kickboxing and boxing and stuff. So I think I've gathered enough experience now, and this would be the best chance for me to show off everything. I feel like I'm starting to put everything together now, and I just want to go out, showcase myself, put the skills, this striking, grappling, everything into one, see how it works out against a high level opponent. And then at that point on, I don't really see much left. Obviously, there are always going to be fights on the amateur side, but like I don't see a point in me waiting anymore. So hopefully this will be the last one.
Nice. And Darragh, I'm going to ask you, how do you see this fight finishing come the 5th of June?
Well, Solomon's after saying that I won't be able to march forward. And if he thinks I don't respect him as an opponent, I do. But I guarantee I'm going to march forward like I always do. You're going to have to back up, and you won't be able to take it. I'm going to be too big for you. I'm going to be too strong, too physical, and you're going to crack under the pressure.
The physicality is not really a thing. Like, trust me with that shit. Like, I move with people like much bigger than you. That the physicality is not even what I'm thinking of. Like, I'm on about if you walk forward, you're gonna get caught. That's just what I'm saying. Like, it's like you just. I'm to be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna give you respect in the sense of like you are like it's been over a year since the last ones I've seen, so I'm sure you've like copped on a bit with a few of your like. And I know you've been working in striking and stuff. So, like, I expect you to come forward. What I'm just saying is, like, keep your hands up. That's all.
Back up. That's it. I'm coming forward.
Sorry?
I'm going to come forward.
No, I expect you to come forward. Like, the issue is not you coming forward. It's what's going to happen when you come forward. You know what I'm trying to say? So, it's not like I expect you to walk forward. Like, you walk forward, that's all good on you. But just make sure your hands are up. That's what I'm saying.
You said a while ago I couldn't walk forward. I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to impose my will on you.
I hope you do. Like, I'm really, like I said, just make sure your hands are up. That's all.
I love it, lads. For everyone listening as well, make sure to jump on the link in the bio as well to buy the pay-per-view, because as I said earlier, if you don't invest, the Irish MMA scene can't progress. Ross, anything else to say?
Yeah, well, I suppose this one is for the title. So,
yeah,
if there was any more reason to buy a Clan Wars pay-per-view, that's it. One of these guys is leaving with the belt. Darragh, do you think you're going to get the finish in this fight?
Start to finish, the pressure is going to be too much for him. He'll want out. Personally, I don't see him making the final bell. But if he does, fair play to him. But it's going to be domination from start to finish.
And what about you, Solomon? Can you see this fight going the distance?
To be honest, I want 2 good rounds of me just dictating wherever the fight is going to take place, and then in the last round is when we're going to see what's going to happen. But like, I wouldn't want anything to end too early. Like, I really want to test a good few things in there, and I think it will be so far. He would definitely be the best person to give me that.
Well, I'm going to ask one more question. This is to both of you. I'll start with you, Solomon. It's the same question. Do you think that this is the highest level fight on both Clan Wars cards, Clan Wars 39 and Clan Wars 40, including the pro fights?
Yeah, like I'm not sure of the amount of fights that there and all the fights there. So I'm not like, I don't want to compare it to that, but I just know in regards to skill level, like I rate what I know what I can do alone. I know what he can do. So the skill is fairly high in regards to that. And I expect action-packed fight just because of that alone. So I can't compare to the other fights, but I know for within both of us, I know what we're gonna bring. And I'm expecting big things that way.
Darragh?
Yeah, I think we are. I think Solomon's a great opponent, but I think I'm the best fighter on the card, to be honest. So,
to be honest, I'm very much looking forward to it, because I really do believe that this is 2 of the highest level guys on the card. And I also look at you 2 guys and think you 2 have 2 of the highest ceilings on the card as well. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have in the future. And I actually plan on that being my last question, but I do have one more. Where do you see yourselves in the next 3 years? I'll start with yourself, Darragh.
3 years.
I'm not going to ask you 10 years, because you could say you could be retired by then.
I would like to be in one of the main organizations, either be it UFC or Bellator, and have a bit of money behind me. You know, be in a good position at that stage.
And Solomon?
Yeah, I say 3 years time. Like, I think I have a plan for the next 2 years. Like, I would like to travel to go to a few different gyms while like doing the whole professional side of things. And then by the time I come back, I'm expecting like one of the big organizations as well. If it's either the UFC, most likely UFC, being honest.
Yeah, I can definitely see it, Basmo. Can you?
Yeah, well, lads, when we when we first started doing the face-offs, like your fight was one of the main ones we wanted to get on, and then ever since it was cancelled and rescheduled, then like we've been following your Instagrams and stuff, and you're just putting in the hard work, and that's what a true champion does, and that's why we had to get you both on, and we do really appreciate you both coming on, lads. Thanks a mil. Ross, do the lads want to give any shout-outs as well before the end?
Yeah, lads, want to give your gyms a shout out there, and maybe any sparring partners that have got you through this camp.
Yeah, Darragh, you may as well go first.
Yeah, so shout out to all the lads in SBG, and everyone helped me get ready for this camp. It's been a long one, so there's a lot of people to shout out, but thanks for having me on too, guys.
No worries.
And Solomon?
I just shout out Tim Rhino, Waterford, and Dublin as well. I've been working with them. So it's just, and Bobby and Gaz, they've like tortured me this camp. So I'm excited to like not go through the pain in their training anymore and actually just go to the fight now. But shout out to the gym and everyone in there. Like there's been a lot of people just pushing me this time. So
yeah, shout out to both of you lads as well. There's loads of respect shown here as well, and shout out to the sponsors as well, because without sponsors, like I mean, it's very hard to make a living out of this. So the sponsors do really help. We know ourselves.
Or if you're watching the show and want to sponsor our show or any of the fighters, get in contact with them as well.
No, and the next Clan Wars,
never have enough.
We're doing more of these for Clan Wars. Next time it would be great to get the fighters there all together. You know, like this is we're all just building this platform as well. But lads, we want to thank you very much for coming on the show. Both of you are going to be worthy champions as well, and I really respect you're giving to each other as well. It's brilliant. Ross?
Yeah, guys, if you have been watching this show and you've been enjoying the face-offs, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay energized.